Okay, so I have to go to work in a few hours. So I'm washing my clothes. I'm doing a lot, trying to hurry up. But um, I like to try to, get a message out or whatever. I can't do it as much when I'm off, but I'm just trying to, still keep it up, get it done or whatever. But I just want to say this now, and I'm not the only kind of person that thinks like this. Most empaths think like this, or people just have independent minds, because a lot of empaths or whatever are natural rebels, and we're independent thinkers and we're natural rebels. And this is how all empaths are. We don't care who you are. We'll check you or whatever. In certain situations, you can't check certain people. Let's just be real. In certain situations or whatever, professional situations, but in certain cases, it's like we don't care your age, we don't care who you are. We look at people in a certain way where we can be the sweetest people in the world. We treat you how we want to be treated or whatever. So the way I am or whatever, and because most empaths been scapegoated, we don't really respect a lot of people who are yes men, or especially people who are grown or whatever. We don't respect people who, it's like, this is just how I am, because I've dealt with certain situations with weak-minded men. Not all of the people I dated were weak-minded, but weak-minded men in a way, like they get influenced by what other people have to say. It's like anybody who kind of thinks like that or whatever, or goes with in a way where they have to be controlled. It's like I won't respect them and we won't vibe well. The way my family is or whatever, the only way that they'll ever give their opinion on or something, like about something I'm going through in a relationship, is if I literally come up to them and ask them, like literally have to ask them or tell them about a fight or something. They may put their opinion in, but just having somebody having like authority over my relationships and be like, you need to lead this person, blah blah blah. I don't really like this person, blah. You should do this. It's like, because I don't have a family like that, parents like that, whatever. I just don't know how people, especially when they grown, I don't respect it, and I don't understand how people can even deal with something like that. That, in a way, like people like that, because I've been through that, I don't vibe well with people like that, because it's kind of like I look at you like you weak or whatever. Especially if it's like, especially if it's in a way where a situation where you know that that's out of line, or you know that the parent is wrong and stuff like that. I'm not the type of person that will side with I'm not the kind of person that just take. I just always believe in just standing for what's right and stuff like that. In certain case, when you with your partner or whatever, you have their back no matter what. But if you feel like they wrong, you check them in private. But it's just like overall, it's like I just, people that are a part of a secret society and stuff like that. It's like I just can't, because as a rebel, I can't really just be told what to do. Like I said before, when you have a job or something, or you have a career or something like that, you have to follow the guidelines. I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking about literally like a secret society. You have to dress like this. You have to say, I can't deal with stuff like that. I don't even see how people can live like that, because it would just totally like drive me insane to the point like of insanity. I can't be controlled or whatever in that type of way. In a certain way, like, I'm not saying like in a relationship, you don't want somebody that's kind of like protective and stuff like that. I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm saying in a way is, if you're with somebody or whatever and they have an influence, or they're being told what to do by this, or they're easily swayed away, they don't have a mind on their own, it turns me off in a certain type of way, because I dealt with it before, where now if I see the signs of something like that, I just don't even want to deal with it, whatever. I can't be with somebody that is around groups of friends or something like that, and they know who you are, but they just, that's what I'm saying. It's like, but you have to go through certain situations to learn certain things. That way, if you're ever faced with it again, just to immediately cut it off. You don't want to deal with nothing like that. The next person I get with or whatever, when I do decide to date, or when God brings somebody my way, it has to be somebody with a like mind. I'm not too much or whatever. I don't care if a person has kids or nothing like that, even though I don't have kids, and I don't know if I really want kids or whatever. But it's sometimes I look at the people that people have kids with, and like I said, to a certain extent, you can't control who you have kids with, just like I can't control the fact that I have crazy ignorant exes or whatever that stalking do, man, all the other stuff. But it's certain things like I said, when you get with a person and they have children and they have like a ignorant baby mama or a baby daddy or whatever, it's like you have to deal with it. Then you have to also look at the fact that the child also is going to have traits like the parent or whatever. And then it's like I said, it's never, you're never going to treat the child funny, but in a certain sense, if you don't want, I don't want to date a man that has a baby mama that's kind of like just too intrusive, or what you gonna do? You gonna remember my money and stuff like that, or child support? There's too much involved or whatever, because there's drama. It's like, remember, these are two people, like I said before in another video, these two people that slept together. So it's like if they break up and he's in your relationship now, I don't like women that overstep their boundaries and call and be like, what you gonna do? I need to me, in my opinion, it's like, I just feel like, I don't know, I just can't see myself dealing with something like that again or whatever. It's like that's like, and I try to use examples or whatever so guys can understand, because sometimes I feel like guys like to play dumb and they like to act like they don't understand what's going on, or they like to act, just crazy or whatever, like they don't understand that that's disrespectful or whatever. More than likely it's because they still sleeping with that person. But it's like, if you with your girl and she has, just if you with your girl and she have a baby daddy, and he stay, the child is staying with them, and he calling, he like, man, I need some money for the bed, just stuff like that. And then you're like, okay, well, I'll come and meet you. It's like your boyfriend, if he's like there, or in general, he probably be ready to knock your head off or whatever, because it's just like, do you see what I'm saying or whatever? Even if I don't have a child, it's like, it's certain things that I just don't really want to deal with in a certain type of way. And when I talk or whatever, sometimes I skip over my words, and I don't really just full out I don't really just full out say everything. So people kind of put their own interpretation, or they look at it a certain type of way because I didn't fully explain. I'm not saying in a way like, if I get with a man, he got to cut off his family or nothing like that. But it's just about respect or whatever. You got to, whatever, in any situation, I tell people to flip it and pretend like is being done to you, or that person has to go through that, and then you'll see it in a different type of perspective. You know what I'm saying? I can't see myself having a father if my dad was still alive, and him telling me he don't like the guy I'm with, or just in general, and then it's like he dictate. I don't like dealing with stuff like that, because I think mama's boys, when people are grown, I look at that as if you weak. And I feel like if your mom is dictating your life or whatever, that you need to be in a relationship with your mother. And I know that sounds kind of like perverted or whatever, but to me, that's how I look at it. It's like some mothers or whatever, and that's why I don't really like dealing with people with intrusive families and intrusive mothers, because I feel like some mothers, from what I heard of readings, will look at me and be like, oh, she too mouthy, or she too sassy, or something. Rita said that long time ago and stuff like that. But most of the time, mothers think that type of stuff because they want to run shit or whatever. And that's fine. I don't have no problem with a mother running her son, doing whatever she got to do, telling him this, telling him that, you gonna do this or whatever. She can run her son all day, as long as her son is not in a relationship with me. Because it's like, that's why I said, it's like women will do stuff, but then they know if they have a husband, then they know if the husband mother is disrespecting her and calling him, and it's like they just, or sisters or stuff. It's like people, they always just do stuff because they don't look at it in another type of way or whatever. People don't, like I said before, a lot of people don't like me because when I come around, I'll see the underlying truth. And it's not to come around and stir up drama or nothing like that, but it's like I see things in another way. And if I see things in another way and it has something to do with a partner that I'm with, then it's like I'm going to tell you or whatever. And I'm just going to tell you flat out or whatever. I always tell the truth. But it's like, I just don't want to be pulled into no drama. I do not like intrusive family members. I don't care if a person has friends and I don't care if a person is close to their family and I'm not. No, I'm not going to pull them away from it. But it's just like, I don't like a lot of, I don't ever want to be in another relationship with somebody where they're going around and we get in an argument and they calling into, you know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of may have somebody that they can vent to or whatever, but it's like, you got to watch the person that you vented to, because most of the time when people vent, they don't tell the whole truth. They just tell what that person did, but they won't really say what they did. And then in general, it's kind of like, just keep that between you and your spouse or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship at that time, because when you tell people certain things, people will keep in their mind what you said about that person, and they'll even if y'all make up, and they'll be looking kind of, you know what I'm saying, because they don't know the whole truth or whatever. So that's the only thing I have to deal with. I don't have no problem with people having kids. I don't have no problem with people being close to their family, just don't bring no negative toxic drama my way. If like I said before, I'm not never dealing with that again. And the way I am in my life now, it's like just anything that's just that a man can't step up and be a man and speak up. It's like I have to cut you off because I'm gonna start having flashbacks of people that I've dated that were weak minded or whatever, and trying to show off for their family or please their. I just don't. Just even thinking or knowing in my head that certain people even think like that and they grown and stuff like that, it kind of like turns me off in a certain type of way where it's like you immediately get cut off, period, or whatever. You got, even if you had it, you got to learn how to shut it down. So we'll just say that. I just wanted to make this little quick message because, like I said, a lot of empaths or whatever go through stuff like that. A lot of people don't like us. A lot of people don't like Hayokas or whatever because we totally think different. Everything people do that's offensive, we flip it around as a mirror and like, okay, well, just think for 1 second if I did this to you, or you want my dad calling and blah blah. We just do certain things, and people, they don't want to usually face the truth or whatever, or see the truth about a lot of stuff, so they immediately just like point the finger at you and or whatever, because people probably have been used to getting away with stuff for so long. So that is what it is. I just wanted to get online and say that.